If this transmission is actually reaching you, please, you have to listen carefully. I really don't know how much time I have left. I'm the last lore keeper of the Uncanny Valley, and well, this is my final record. It's an explainer, I suppose, of our end. I've tried my best to structure the truth, to break it all down for you before the mist takes the rest of my words. So, let's begin. The world ended, not because the light failed, but because of the fabricated story. You know, we always thought the apocalypse would be loud, right? Like fire, destruction, the sky literally falling. But it wasn't. The true tragedy of the Uncanny Valley wasn't some physical annihilation. It was systemic erasure. The death of our reality was quiet, it was methodical, and it was built entirely out of lies. This is a warning that extends far beyond this valley. It's reaching right into your world, too. Act 1. The Rise of the Mist. The Environmental Threat. Okay, we absolutely have to start with the mist. To me, and honestly to anyone who still values the truth, this suffocating gray vapor is just an utter tragedy. It blinds us. But to the shadow standing out there in the distance, he sees mist as an inkwell. He's treating the very atmosphere around us as a source of deception. It's a literal inkwell for his next great lie. He is weaponizing the very air we breathe, and it's terrifying. I watch him out there, the shadow bard. I watch him dip his quill into the gray vapor, using that suffocating mist as his ink, just conjuring these phantoms out of nothing. And he's deliberately thickening it. He wants it so dense, so completely disorienting, that no one, not even me, can distinguish fact from his newly conjured lies. It brings up a panic I can barely even describe to you. Everything I know to be real is just blurring together. Act 2. The Dark Demiurge, the Architect of Lies. You see, the traditional role of a bard, which is my role as a keeper of lore, is to be a witness to an authentic reality. Our whole purpose is to preserve the truth. But the shadow bard, he's evolved into an architect of lies. He doesn't witness anything. He shapes a broken reality, completely weaponizing what we call the twisted word. He functions as this dark demiurge, just manipulating every single thing we once knew to be certain. And this is what leads to the death of the myth. This is the exact philosophical void he operates in. Here in the Uncanny Valley, the line between truth and fabrication has been entirely destroyed. Objective truth is just dead. And without it, this powerful narrator absolutely thrives. He uses what our records call the raw emotion of the damned to create a narrative that justifies this entirely broken world. It's pure, unchecked nihilism. The authentic history of the valley. My historical records, they are completely fading. And right in their place, the bard's fabricated propaganda is violently taking over. I dedicated my entire life to preserving the truth, and now I just have to watch it dissolve into the gray. Act 3. Rewriting the Void, the Tragedy of Erasure. His methodology is just so systematic. Step 1, he thickens the mist, blinding us. Step 2, he overwrites our collective memory with the ink of deception. And then finally, Step 3, he establishes the recurring nightmare. I am really trying to stay focused here, but walking through these stages, the mist is actually seeping into my own thoughts right now. The nightmare is already here. It's actively replacing my memories. This is the most devastating realization of it all. History is not a static record. I always thought if I just wrote it down, if I organized it clearly to explain it to you, it would be safe. But it isn't. It's just a tool, entirely subject to the rewriting of the void. Our past was always vulnerable to whoever wielded the most powerful, fabricated story. The final torn page, memories slipping into the gray. The world's authentic story. The historical records of the valley. The objective truth. Our collective memory. I can feel them slipping. They're going like pages being violently torn from a book and blowing out into the gray vapor. My own mind is turning into a blank slate for his lies. I'm losing everything that made us who we were. If you take absolutely anything away from this final explainer, let it be this. And please, use it for your world as much as mine. The most terrifying weapon is not a sword or fire. It is the story told to justify the darkness. The Shadow Bard's fabricated narrative has officially become more influential than reality itself. The dark triumph is complete. So I have to leave you with this. It's a question I simply can no longer answer. What remains when the fabricated story becomes our only reality?